How to tell if a smartphone is fake or real. According to statistics, every fifth smartphone sold around the world is a fake copy made in China. The most popular brands to copy are Samsung, iPhone, Nokia/Microsoft, and since quite recently, Redmi and Xiaomi. The easiest way to protect yourself from buying a fake phone is to purchase it from an official retailer. If you still want to take a chance and save some money by purchasing your next smartphone from a smaller shop, an online shop, or from someone else, you have to be super careful. As long as you know a few tricks, you won't have to live with a phone clone. Number 1. Give the phone a thorough examination. Before you buy a cell phone from Craigslist or any of those little shops, visit the official manufacturer's store. Hold the real phone in your hands. Be very careful and pay attention to these details. The camera's location, what the screen is made of, how it feels, what the phone itself is made of, how bright the screen is, how light or heavy it is, and what the logo feels like when you touch it. You can't notice all of those details at first glance, but they're actually what makes the difference when it comes to the phone's exterior. You should also check out the manufacturer's website. If it says the phone you want to buy has a metal case and a glass screen, a plastic phone you might find at a smaller shop is most definitely fake. Other clear signs that you're about to buy a clone are any extra elements, such as an antenna that's not on the original model or a screen that's too far from the edge of the phone and seems a little dim with unclear images. If the phone feels too heavy, it's most likely filled up with cheap details. A fabricated phone, unlike the real thing, can also have a raised logo that you can clearly feel when you run your finger over it. An original logo and brand name will be smooth because they aren't printed on the phone or stuck to it. Finally, no matter how much you want to stand out in the crowd, don't fall for a phone in a color you've never seen before. Again, check the manufacturer's website to see if that model really exists in purple before buying a phone that's most definitely a counterfeit. Number 2, compare button size, shape, and placement. Imagine this. A new smartphone comes out, and you can't wait to replace your older model with it for as little money as possible. Before you happily hand over the money for your dream gadget, pay attention to its home key. It might seem that they all look the same, but they each have slight differences. So if you have your older model with you and the home button looks exactly like the one on your device, don't buy it. It could be a criminal's attempt to copy the newest model. Number 3, take note of the language. Carefully read every item on the home screen. Fake phones often have weird commands such as screen to unlock swipe, using lowercase and capital letters where they don't belong. The genuine devices are created by people who speak excellent English. They won't make funny mistakes, and they'll check all commands for typos. Chinese characters also don't belong between English words and sentences. Number 4, check out the IMEI. You can tell if your future smartphone is an original by checking the IMEI. It's not the most reliable way because even checking the ID doesn't guarantee that you have an original device in front of you. With this method, you are checking the IMEI and not the phone itself, and professional counterfeiters can copy it from a genuine smartphone. On most phones, you can find the IMEI on a sticker on the back of the gadget. If it's not there, enter the service code *#06# in dialing mode. Then type it into the checkbox at imei.info. You'll be able to get the information on your phone. If the description doesn't match the model you're holding in your hands, then it's a fake. Number 5, try opening the App Store on an iPhone. Open the App Store on what's supposed to be an iPhone. If it takes you to Google Play instead, that's a clear sign the phone has Android instead of iOS as its software. Do you really think the Apple crew would pack their phones with Android features? Sounds highly unlikely, right? Installing iPhone-themed software design and Java App Store imitations is way cheaper, so criminals make use of it. Number 6, run a service code on a Samsung. You can try entering a special service code to see if that Samsung is indeed a Samsung. Click on the phone icon and dial *7353#. A menu should pop up, allowing you to check if certain functions are working. This code was initially missing from the Android OS. Samsung engineers added it to the system, and it's impossible for it to work on a counterfeit device. Number 7, bring a laptop with you. If you're shopping for an iPhone, bring your laptop with iTunes installed on it if possible. Only an original Apple phone will be able to work with it. Connect the smartphone to the laptop using a USB cable. If iTunes does not detect any connected devices, then it is most likely a fake. Number 8. Check out the battery. Looking at a phone and carefully studying every detail can reveal a lot of information. Criminals are aware of that too, so some of them go further and recreate phones that look exactly like the real deal. However, they forget about one thing: the battery. Even if the body of the phone is real, a fake battery won't take you far. Plus, it still means the phone has been tampered with. Those friendly sellers on Craigslist might use up the power of their gadget to its maximum, install a fake battery, and try to sell it to you. Pay attention to the spelling of the brand name on the battery. A Samsung phone should have a Samsung battery, not a Sunsang. The battery should also have most of the information on it printed in the language of your current location. If you're in the US but can't read 90% of it because it's in Chinese characters, you most likely have a knockoff on your hands. Number 9. Test the camera. A lot of people use their smartphones as their only camera. Any Instagram users out there? Give this video a like to let us know. So for us, one highly important function in a new phone is a great camera. In case a 16-megapixel HD camera is luring you, give it a test before you buy the gadget and are disappointed with the image quality. Check online to see what pictures taken with the same original phone should look like. If yours don't look even half as bright and sharp, consider buying a different gadget. The same is true for the front selfie camera. If the picture quality is far from perfect, there might be a cheaper or damaged camera installed in that counterfeit phone. Number 10. Use apps for an advanced checkup. Counterfeiters these days are extremely advanced, so all the methods we described might not be enough to be 100% sure. It might be really hard to notice the slightest differences in design or fake software unless you're the owner of the same original phone or you're obsessed with new models. If that's not the case, special apps are there to help you. Install the Smartphone Performance Checkup app and Antutu Officer. A simple benchmark may not be able to help you because scammers have already learned to add any desired processor model name, camera characteristics, RAM volume, and so on as standard identifiers. Here's what you should do. 1. Take a working smartphone with a stable internet connection when you're shopping for a new phone. 2. Use your smartphone as a Wi-Fi spot and connect the seller's smartphone to the network. 3. Install the application and run it on the smartphone you were about to purchase. 4. Open y.antutu.com on your old smartphone and find the QR code. 5. Press the Start button on the smartphone you want to buy and scan the QR code. The smartphone you want to purchase transmits its characteristics to Antutu, and your old smartphone displays the result. Now you'll be able to find out if it's a fake. If you see a green circle, the good sign, and the correct model name on the screen, congrats! That's an original phone. If the circle is yellow, it means that the app has little data on the characteristics of the smartphone. This means that either a third-party firmware has been installed on it, the model is very new, or it's not very popular. If the app shows a red circle, then it's most likely a fake. The app called Xiaomi Anti-Fake works in the same way as Antutu Officer. You have to install it on the phone you want to buy and scan the barcode. The app will show a green bar if the smartphone is okay, or a red one if you have a fake in your hands. Do you know any other ways to recognize a fake smartphone? What other details should we pay attention to? Tell us in the comments below. Don't forget to give us a like and click subscribe to stay on the bright side of life.